No, but she
want to do terrible things to her.
She wears a pretty good swimsuit, let's just say.
Ooh, you dog. So that's a yes to wanting to do horrible things.
Sure, yeah.
Alright, well.
As once was famously quoted, I'm a teenager. Linoleum makes me horny.
She's not here. Himiko can't hear that. Jeffrey Private Rooms.
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear. Well, generally, I'd say it's a safe assumption that if you ever have a little sister, you don't want to do that. So, in a simple way, you could think of that as a solution. And, I mean, she's only like a year under us. It might even be less than that.
I think we're only about 8 months apart, to be honest.
There you go. There's a lot more people around here who do much bigger differences, buddy, so don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
Akira's innocent enough to think incest shouldn't exist, Jess. Come on. Well, that solves that. But romantic-wise, that's a whole different story. You don't want to get in a relationship with someone just because you want to, like, have sex with them. It's just kind of hushed.
That's where I'm at right now, because she's obviously the aggressor in this story. Yeah. And I just don't... I guess I kind of need I'm sorry for how this is going to come out, but I kind of need some advice from you on how to put somebody off without actually telling them no. It seems you're getting that a lot recently, so figure you could be telling me from professional experience.
What do you mean I'm getting a lot of that?
Or maybe I'm wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean...
She looks like it's true.
I guess I'm just saying that basically, I mean, we kind of all know about your relationship around here, and it doesn't seem like you're basically, dating and necking, so something's going on there. But I figure you don't want to have this conversation go into your direction, right?
Well, it wouldn't be fair if we didn't. It's only you and me in here.
Alright.
So you better not say anything.
Not saying nothing.
Kara's just obviously sitting there, pondering. There's just like 10 seconds of silence. I get where you're coming from, so I'll move back onto your point.
Got it. Hey, this room is ever here if you need it too.
Yeah. But yeah, let's say I've made some advancements. And they haven't always gone great, but eventually I think they wear people down in a way. But that's for another day. Well, if Himiko's actually head over heels for you, I can tell you that, well, she's probably not gonna stop trying, even if it'll be a bit more subtle. I mean, right. I know I kind of wasn't gonna stop going. So if she feels that way, she's gonna keep pressing, and it sounds like she's a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
She just pauses for a second. Not to sound insensitive, but geez, man, you're trying to make that sound like a problem? Anyway. Right, but as for matters of the heart, that's much more important than just, well, relationships for more, internal means.
Right.
You kind of got to figure out someone you really care about and feel that way, so... If she's trying to just force it, that's not good for the long run, if it worked out. And,
yeah.
And as for Katsumi, I mean, it sounds kind of more like it was you're the, well, not so much aggressor as in as in the one, pining after her. Though it's not as if she doesn't seem to care for you a bit, dude.
Yeah. Well, with her, it's kind of. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's a household thing. But as for that, I mean, well,
I mean,
it matters that you're both friends with them to you, right?
yeah. I definitely don't want to. I mean, I hate to say this, but I don't want to basically, lose their friendship because of this.
No, that's important. Listen, Katsumi obviously has a lot of stuff going on, and she probably needs some good friends to drag it out of her. I mean, I can't really go into all of it, but obviously, Shizuka needs some help, and Katsumi's in the same boat. Those two have a lot of things they need to air out with each other and other people. And right now, even if you don't want to, bone her, I think it's important to try to help her out with that stuff. And doing that, I think will, help you make your feelings clear about it. I mean, once everyone bears their heart to each other, you can tell how you really feel about them. So.
Right, but what do I do in the meantime? Because let's be honest, this is Himiko we're talking about. She might see Katsumi as a rival. I mean, they already got the ninja samurai thing going.
Well, I mean, you just kind of might need to have an adult conversation with Himiko and go, hey man, like, I'll be frank with you. I don't know how I feel about it all, and I don't want to play with your feelings, so right now I need to figure some shit out. I mean, you shouldn't avoid it with her. Don't want to, lead her on.
Got it.
Picking the right words to explain that's going to be hard, though, and it's not exactly an easy thing to do, so it's not like I'm expecting to do it super.
To be honest, it sounds like basically you're just telling me it doesn't matter how it's come out, it's going to come out how it comes out, so just stop trying to avoid it and deal with it.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, if she's really interested, she's going to hear stuff like that from you eventually, and it'd be better to be honest with her than kind of let it out and, give her hope to eventually squash it. And, I mean, the important thing to say isn't I'm confused if I want to, be in a relationship with you or her. It's more I'm confused what to do and I'm not ready.
Got it.
I mean, we got a lot of shit going on in our lives. And from the sounds of what happened with you recently and your pops, I think you have a pretty good excuse to tell someone, hey, I might need to figure some shit out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just a whole lot of... you gotta... I keep forgetting to tell everybody, but I found out some more information about some of the stuff that happened. Do you know if you've ever been cursed or not?
Nope. I've been clean. Staying away from that shit.
Got it. Alright. Well, I just found out how bad it can get, so...
How bad does it get?
How do you like arms? Like, not having them anymore.
Okay. That's pretty bad, dude. Jeez.
Yeah. Apparently it's a spring trap in us.
Jesus.
That anybody can activate it when they want to.
That's not good.
No, it's not. And apparently the only person that can basically seem to take it out of you wants a part of your soul to do it. Or your life experience, as they put it. A large part.
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I'll remember to mention it some other time, but that's not for here. Alright, well thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, man, anytime. I've got you covered for matters of the heart. Seriously though, if you need to talk about anything like this is good to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
we're
I
kind
guess.
of like possibly related by the sound of things.
Yeah. I'm curious about that. Have you made an appointment with your friend?
Oh yeah. I mean, we could go in whenever. Probably. Maybe not tonight since it's kind of late, but
Yeah. I
tomorrow
have
we could swing by.
if maybe we can do it during lunch tomorrow?
Yeah, we could probably do that if you're okay with filling it up the entire time.
Yeah, just because me and Reiko are gonna basically try and negotiate with the Sandman to get into the dreams of the Red Hand guys.
Huh. That's a good idea.
And then I also came up with based off of this, I also came up with a way of tracking Kulak.
Shit, really?
The reward for that was you get to talk to the guy's father, which is deals with like love and basically all these tendrils of connections to that. So I
And
basically
that's
figured
how
he might
Kulak manipulates people.
because Kulak basically has connections to all the girls he's been siphoning off of. It's the same
Yeah,
element.
yeah. That's a good
So
idea.
if I talk with him, I can find out how to basically track those lines, and then and especially we know this with Naomi, if nobody else. And also, I hate to say this, but Suzuka, half the time she's been so drained, he's probably a regular in her room as well.
I don't
Sorry,
like the
but
way that sounds.
yeah, but what it means is basically we can know, if nothing else, we can track it from those 2 points.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, alright, well,
of him.
alright, well, thanks for all this.
Hey man, anytime. I mean, I might need to talk to you about some stuff eventually, so, just figure I'm putting in the pay now.
Yeah, understood. Alright.
Yeah. Let's go get some food.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Bed.
Alright, so yeah.
Gotcha.
So.
Hey, good. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Good talk.
Yep, we leave.
Thanks, Jeff.
The only thing I wanted to ask was, is Raph going to tell anybody about what he found out about Shin?
Shit. Just confirm this. Basically, the main thing I got from Shin was basically that his body is all is degraded, but there was something he can now sense the connection between it and the other, right? Is that what you're talking about? Can you remind me?
It was about his sickness that you did the distinction thing about, and you know that he's basically like he's living beyond what he should be living.
Feels bad, man.
And
Right.
And that and you wanted to see if that was connected to the monster, and basically it's tangentially connected, but it's not the entire thing as to why he is that way.
Just to go over this again real quick, the living beyond the means. Basically, it was basically. I mean, he's well past his expiration date type of thing. I mean,
no, his body is super duper old,
okay.
Physiologically.
Got it.
Like if you were to take a dental record, for example, it would be really, really old.
Okay. And do I know if that's basically just from quote unquote natural aging, or is that just because something's wearing on his body, it's just speeding it up?
You're not quite sure. It might be a combination of both.
Okay. I guess then before Akira leaves, I go, I'll put a mention it, but I need to talk to everybody tomorrow morning about Shin. I got some information off of him that I think everybody needs to know, so I'm going to leave a message on Rio's door that if he can, I would need to talk about Shin, and if he can be there for breakfast this tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be
dodges it.
I'm sure he'll be able to make it. He always shows up when it's important. Great, more fun stuff, I'm sure. To talk
also, since This is a decision by you guys, but Kaharu knows something as well, but Chris hasn't said it, so I should probably leave it to him, right?
Well, he's not here.
I would
he
say
might never
this.
be here.
If it comes up in sort of the conversation that it might be something that it would be brought up, then we have to assume that Kaharu would bring it up because Chris would have brought it up. The fact that he's not
would
here...
he have brought it up?
He left that ability 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He officially
My only
has
thing
to
is
give up
basically-
some player agency at this point.
Yeah. So everything that we've seen of Kaharu played so far, I mean, maybe there's behind-the-scene machinations of her being some evil genius, but she's been pretty open about information share up to this point. At least
I know
our
that.
perspective.
It's just that I don't want to be like pushing anything, I just
You know what I
thought
mean?
like since it's related.
What I'm saying is basically, I think Chris would do... I mean, if it was like Rio that had something and he wasn't showing up for a while, then yeah, of course, he would keep it close to the vest. That's within character. But for Kaharu to hold something close to the vest that's important,
Yeah.
I can't see that happening. So I would say yes, she would reveal it. But again, it's up... Or I would say yes, Chris would reveal it if he were here. But obviously, it's up to you to decide whether or not. But that's my vote in the box.
Alright, so instead of saying it like he might not mention it because he forgot it, he would be like, Kaharu knows it, and since it's about the same subjects, he would have brought it up, rather than a player mistake.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll bring it up then.
Okay. So then, yeah, I guess the last little bit as I leave is I'm gonna, after staying here, I'm gonna go to Fulbright to stay up on Sandman. I do leave a message on. Actually, I go see if Rio's awake.
Yes. It's before dinner.
Well, I thought it was basically after dinner because you guys went out for dinner.
No. We went out.
Okay.
That was like afternoon.
Yeah. Like right after clubs.
Yeah.
After
guess
clubs would be like 6, 7 p.m.
Yeah, which is around dinner.
Yeah.
Fuck, clubs are that late? Jesus fucking
No,
Christ.
they end at
It's like
4.
3
The oldest club ends at
Yeah.
like 4:30, I think. So
Yeah, fuck.
I mean,
Christ.
school ends at 3:30 p.m.
no, it ends at like 2.
Fuck, it ends at like 2. You're
Let-
fucking
Let me look at the schedule.
high school.
Anyway, at some point, Raph does go up to Rio and says,
Yeah, it ends at 3:45.
What the fuck is wrong with
normal
the
school?
schedule?
What the hell?
Yeah.
Our school, yeah, it's been part of the schedule since the
that's a
beginning.
normal school. I forgot. I thought clubs only lasted 2 hours because that's what my thing did.
Yeah, mine. No, 19 is 7. Wow, yeah.
Fuck, dog.
Wow, okay. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I go up to Rio, I found out some information about, Shin, but I figure I'm gonna share it with everybody for breakfast tomorrow. Do you think you can make it? Or do you think I should round up everybody and do it now?
Okay, yeah. He'd go. Is there anything we could do about it right now?
Absolutely not.
And it doesn't matter which. Might as well give everyone some time to study.
Alright, so tomorrow, just, if it's okay with you, I know you tend to basically like to get out to the school early. If you can make it for breakfast tomorrow, then I can just tell everybody then.
Yes, that won't be a problem.
Alright. Any requests for dinner or for breakfast tomorrow then? The three of us have gotten pretty good.
No, nothing in particular. Why don't you
All
try
right.
and surprise me then?
I'm about to go into a demon library. Don't tempt me that much.
Oh, but I've had Jeffrey's food, even if it's demonic in nature. I mean, do you know where our meat comes from, Raph? Slaughterhouses aren't pretty.
True.
So anyways, yes, feel free to surprise me any way you want.
Alright. Oh, just to inform you, I guess, the main thing is, the reason I'm going into is I'm going to try and make a deal with Sandman to go into the dreams of the Red Hand guys while they're unconscious to read their thoughts, because once we wake them up, they're going to erase their memories.
Right. Right. Well, you do realize that if you want, it wouldn't be that hard for me to keep them asleep, right?
Well, the longer we can keep them asleep, the more information we can dredge out of them.
And also, I suppose, if you're willing to go down this route, it also wouldn't be that hard for me to apply some leverage to them.
All right. Once we get, do you want to? I have Rico helping me with the negotiation tomorrow to cut the best deal I can. I'm going to do research on how to get Sandman's favor right now. Technically speaking, I guess, if you want to basically work out some deal with him as well afterwards.
That's what I was about to bring up. By the way, how are we keeping them asleep?
I'm assuming basically we just have them in some sort of medical coma. I asked Umberhawk to do it, and they're doing it for at least now. I don't know the exact nature or how long it's going to last, though. I didn't figure very long, so that's why I'm trying to rush this.
I see. Well, then, that's fine. Oh, and make sure to get with those people about the reward afterwards as well.
Right, I'll get the money. I'll probably go do that right now, then.
Right.
Check up on them as well. All right. I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow morning.
Fine, yes. Okay. And,
by the way, how long has Raph been back at the dorm?
20, 30 minutes or so, maybe.
Alright. So I'm guessing, like, since you've been, like you probably, like, were busy, like, there would be a message on your PDA from Gender.
Okay, I check it.
Saying that she has a letter for you in her office.
I go to Genda then.
Let's say Genda's out.
Okay.
It's more interesting that way. So she's given you permission to go into her room, and there'll be a letter on the table.
I did get a hazmat from Jeffrey though before I went in.
All right. So when you walk into Genda's room, you'll notice that she's rearranged it a bit so that let me do it. Imagine like the bedroom is like back here, right? And there's like a wall, right?
Okay.
And there's pictures on the wall. And there's also like a electric guitar like hung up in like a frame on the wall as well. And it looks pretty it looks pretty unique.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of it real quick.
And there's a bunch of like papers on the desk. There's like some of them are open, but the letter is it's still in its envelope and it's on the table.
All right. I do just to confirm this. The pictures on the wall isn't like some like crazy conspiracy picture wall. It's just like normal pictures of like her doing stuff, right?
It's a fucked up cork board.
Pictures of her and other people. Like she's. Can you roll me understanding?
All right. Screw it. I'll add a PowerPoint and add knowledge to that.
All right.
I hope
you
that
did it, boys.
Well, I do have like a 4 with her, so that's a 5.
All right.
Oh wait, don't we have like a 6 now with Genda?
All right. So you would notice that she's in every single picture that's on the wall.
Good work.
Like, I mean, some of it's like they're all of different ages, but she's pretty. You could recognize her, like.
Right. Well, I mean, is it like just a bunch of pictures of, like her standing around with people? Is it like a bunch of her pictures of like her being on stage and
she's
stuff?
She's always with at least one other person in the picture.
Okay. All right.
And they seem to be interacting in some sort of way. It could be like various, like just posing or reading, or like holding something, stuff like that. Which is in every single picture.
Got it.
And there's also she's marked like the date in the corner.
Okay.
And a little symbol. You don't know what the symbols mean.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I did not. Well, it's curious. It does not. I mean, I have the letter, and I need to get out of here before I get caught in here. So.
All right.
You have permission to be in there.
Yeah. Well, I have permission to be in here.
You're not going to look through the papers on her desk?
Yeah, I'm not going to be poking around. This is one area where basically... Sorry, this is one area where basically the rumor of the person is scarier than the person itself. So...
Man, if this was Rio, he'd be organizing those papers right now.
Which is probably why he's never let into the room.
He's been let in.
Supervised, though.
Supervised by Shin!
Oh, wow.
All right.
Anyway.
Do you take your letter and you leave?
Yeah.
All right.
Rap's got enough women chasing after him. He doesn't want... He's just fearful at this point.
You close the door.
Yes.
You'll never know what's in those papers. So the letter was like... it's basically... I don't know how to do Fancy's talk on the spot, but it's basically a letter of thanks, and that you're given an invitation to this like address in downtown Asate, and that's where the international members of Opus Dei are staying.
Okay.
And can you roll me a knowledge roll? If you have any modifiers to do with Asate City, then you can have those. All right. Let's see how good Ralph is at addresses.
Pretty good, actually.
You know that it's on the same street as the church. It's like remarkably close to where the church is.
Got it.
Almost like next to it.
Okay. So this is probably just the invite to go and meet with the personas or the demons we rescued, probably.
Yeah.
Is it just for Rap or is it for the group?
It's for the group, but it's addressed to you specifically, since
right.
You're the one who was like in charge of it, so to say.
Okay. All right. Does it have a date or just a please come by at your convenience?
At your convenience.
All right. And I'll share that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess I just confirm that they're asleep at Umbra Hawk, and I get our payment.
How do you?
Or do you want to go through that?
How do you confirm that? I'm just curious. Like,
I go into Umbra Hawk. I go up and ask them. I mean, how long can we keep? Are you still keeping the guys asleep as I asked? And I was just curious on how long can we reliably keep that, or do we need to go to other methods? And what are your methods at the moment?
I mean, due to basically what they'll say is like due to the extent of mythological damage and emotional damage they've taken, like they're partly like exhausted because of that, but they're also reluctant to like wake up. It's part of their MO that they want to, have eternal oblivion. So
I guess the question is basically how long can we reliably keep them under without going to extraordinary means?
Well, without magically inducing it, it's already been a day. So it'll probably be, if not today, then sometime tomorrow. Just from a biological standpoint.
All right, I need them to be asleep at least until tomorrow night, maybe longer. So, what are our magical means of doing this?
It's nighttime, so it would be the Nightingale on the phone because Yozo does his shift at night. So he'll be like, well, first I'd need to understand why you wish to keep them in that state. I believe that the original statement was that you wish to evacuate mythological entities.
Well, the idea is basically that these people apparently have been studying us for a while, definitely more so than the 4 days that when we first encountered them. And they also basically set off a creature, which we have no clue anything about, that they were obviously somehow creating. Both of these lead us to basically want to ask why and when. And as I stated when we first brought them in, that because they have a habit of wiping their own memories when caught, if we have means of dealing with their subconscious and not their consciousness. So we need to get the questions out of them. So we're going to question them.
Then I believe that the only the finalizing statement we got was from the Opus Dei member who's been liaison.
Wait, I'm giving pronunciation events? No, ignore that.
No, you're right.
Damn.
Has been liaising with us, and we haven't had an official statement back from any of the members of your group.
Wait, how do you mean?
Basically, nobody said shit about the monster or anything like that to the Umberhawk.
I did when we first brought them in.
Yeah, you did.
Because I knew about the Sandman from the beginning. That was the way I did say that.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, the situation wasn't like thoroughly explained though.
Right, I just basically said we need to keep them unconscious for as long as you can. So do that, and then I figured if they had problems with it, they would have contacted me.
Nigga, we didn't have a great explanation for them.
I mean, like what I'm trying to get is like there's kind of like he would say that you're kind of slipping dangerously into the grey zone there, where I can understand having to take somebody down by force, but keeping them in a state like this, well, they are human after all, and not figments of our imagination. There are no official laws about these things. It's what you're suggesting is a vigilante.
Vigilantehood is basically I guess I disagree with you on what we're actually talking about here. I'm not trying to cause them justice. That basically we know for a fact that these guys are basically they did some bad stuff, but more to the point, they're basically researching us, and I'd like to basically find out why. We know that basically, I am not talking about torture. I'm talking about basically just talking with them in a way that basically, they will not try to erase their memories.
He'll say that
if we have a problem with this, then please tell me.
He'll say that